quiet seaside town, an evil laid to rest centuries ago, has risen. An abandoned fortress deep in the swamp holds a secret that could save the village or destroy it. Now, a band of adventurers sets out to dig up the wounds of the past and bring the light of day to the roots of ruin. This is Tabletop Gold.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Tabletop Gold. It's me, the slab of cod, Lars Casteen. Welcome to the show. Glad to have you here.
Well, slab right there in your...
That's right. This is it right
lip.
here. That's the titular slab. If you're watching this on YouTube, congratulations, by the way, because we're doing a giveaway tonight. More to come on that later. But more to the point, you are getting a look at the slab itself, this little fuzzy little guy I got up on my face. That's what I'm rocking. It's a mustache is what some people call it. And that's just what's happening. Hi, welcome to the show. It's a podcast. It's tabletop role-playing games. I'm joined today by David the Tin Man Chernicoff. Hi, David.
Yep, okay. Think my internet's back.
David, can you hear me?
Yes.
That was amazing.
You can?
Yeah.
Okay, and I'm joined by you. Hi, David.
Yep, David the Tin Man. Yes. Hello.
Okay.
Good.
This is an interesting wrinkle to the show. We're going to see how this sustains. This is good.
Zoe.
Roaring
There's one of our kids up.
Armat Humphreys is here. Hi, Armat.
Hello. Good that time, everybody.
Hi.
Why?
Good that
Why
time
is
to you and to me and to everybody. David, are you okay? What's going on?
David's super lagging.
I feel like David might be in another time zone. There is a famous story of the Chicago cable system being hacked and an image of Max Headroom being forced into the broadcast. You know Max Headroom, the famous character who lived inside a computer. He was a very 1980s, very Reagan era character.
Shows up.
Hackers got into the Chicago system and just put Max Headroom up, and it's the biggest hacking thing where a face just appeared that was completely unrelated to anything else that was happening on the broadcast. I vaguely feel as that's what's happening with David Chernicoff right now. I feel like David is coming to us from a parallel dimension. David, how are things in the parallel dimension?
So, thank you for your concern. Everything that isn't working right now was working a couple hours ago and all throughout my workday. And then I just came here to do my fun game. And internet's intermittent. My camera's just gone. But it's cool because at least it didn't in any way endanger all the unpleasant things I needed to do today using the
that's
same
good.
tools.
Yeah, you got through the day just fine. David, here's what we're going to do. We're going to record audio of you saying, I hit them twice and then I take a swim action. We're just going to loop that in every time your turn comes up, and we're going to see if that gets us through the recording.
I feel great about that, and I will see you guys in a couple of days.
Robin Lange is here. Hi, Robin.
I am. Hi.
And Zoe Chernicoff is here as well. Zoe's internet seems to be substantially better than David's. I feel as though you may be drinking David's internet milkshake tonight, Zoe.
I drink it up.
Yeah.
Yep. You sure do. Okay, we're going to get to our game and our giveaway in just a second. I want to talk about a thing that I did today that I feel was one of the dumber things that I've done. And it's just a thing that happened, and I think it's kind of funny. I want to share it with you. My daughter is 2 years old. I walk my dog with my daughter in the afternoon after she wakes from a nap, basically every day. My daughter really likes wearing sunglasses, and I have a variety of toddler sunglasses for her. They were all missing at the time that we left the house. So I was like, I can't give you the pink ones. I can't give you the purple ones. I can't give you the green ones. I don't know where they are. The only sunglasses that are present in the apartment are my wife's very nice sunglasses that I gave her as a birthday present.
Oh, we know basically where this is going.
And I said to my 2-year-old daughter, I was like, it's really important that you don't lose these. I was like,
check out sunglasses right here.
Yeah, I was like, I think that you understand what I'm saying. I really want you to understand these are mom's sunglasses. Please don't lose these. We get to the end of the walk about a half hour later, and the sunglasses are gone.
Oh, yeah,
and I'm like,
absolutely.
Oh, no.
This would be
Wait a
you've already
minute.
lost child-sized one.
She lost them?
yeah, okay, so here's what
After
happened.
you told her not to
I see what you're
lose
saying.
them?
No,
I
children
know.
don't do that.
Here's the thing is I knew it was like not a great idea. The way that she lost them and the way that she was going to lose them was that she's in a stroller, right? She's sitting in a stroller. The stroller's facing me. I haven't gone to the effort of pushing her forward. So she has to look at me all the time as I'm walking her. She's way bigger than she should be for us to make that swap, but we didn't make the swap. That's not the point of the story, okay?
She's a second child. This is how things go.
Is that how they go?
Yes, I do
guess.
believe so.
So she loses things off the stroller by putting them next to her, and then they just fall off the stroller because it's like there's nothing holding anything on there. So stuff just falls off of the seat into the road that I'm walking on, or into the sidewalk that I'm walking on, or whatever, right? So the sunglasses are gone. I knew exactly what had happened. I started retracing my steps. I was like, wait, where did they fall off? Where could they have fallen off? And I tracked it back to the part of the walk where my dog went to the bathroom, where my dog pooped. And I was like,
But your dog poops outside? That's so gross.
Yeah. It's New York, though. It's a disgusting
Yes,
place. And
that's
it's
right.
just, yes. So I was like, I know for a fact that she was wearing the sunglasses at this time. So I tracked back there, and I turn around and I start walking back home. And right before I get home, just as I'm coming up on an intersection,
Crunch.
I see a dude hold up a pair of sunglasses like, holy shit, I just found some really nice sunglasses.
Uh-oh.
And I shout from across the street, hey, did you just find my sunglasses? Like as loud as I could to make this as like public as, as like an open, to get as many people involved in this situation as possible.
Yeah. Good play.
And the dude is like, yeah, I just found these sunglasses. I was just saying to myself, somebody must have lost these sunglasses. I should help somebody find them.
Nice. Yeah, you did.
And I was like,
Naturally,
thanks,
that's
dude.
what he was saying to himself.
Thank you so much.
You're achieving your goal, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like one of those situations where then I realized after I like manipulated this dude into giving me what was rightfully my wife's that I never should have taken from her. I was like, what a good scam that would be.
Yes.
Is to just
You
look out
jump
for people
in
picking up
who are
sunglasses
finding
and just
stuff.
immediately be like,
Yeah.
did you find, yeah, exactly. Did you find my wallet?
Totally.
That's amazing.
Right. Wallet is harder because it will have ID of some sort, but sunglasses are, there's no way to trace that.
That's my velvet pouch of rare gemstones.
Yeah, exactly.
This is reminding me of semi-adjacent, I don't want to oversell this, conversation that I wound up with our kids, having with our kids in the car the other day. You said, like, I was sort of wondering if you were going to have to, like, give this guy $20 or something to get the sunglasses back, which seems objectionable, but also you would have done it, right? Like, I mean, I don't have cash, so I couldn't do it. But, like, if you needed to, right, you would have handed the guy $20 to get these sunglasses back?
If he had said, I would never have offered that. I never would have thought to do that. But if he had demanded $20 for finding
if you got a reward
the
or
thing,
something, yeah.
I would have gotten very angry and would have started threatening him.
Oh, wow.
Because I don't have cash on me. So then this turns into like I'm being
Right,
shaken
going
down
to
to
the
be
ATM.
made to go to the ATM by a dude
Interesting.
who is has the scruples to charge me for my wife's sunglasses. Like,
And you did have the
I don't think I could
benefit
do it.
of having a small child and probably being taller than anyone else
That's
around
true,
you.
that
That's true.
helps.
And I should mention, I did point that out to him. So I shouted out, I'm really tall. Did you find my sunglasses?
Oh, I'm
he,
enormous.
Yeah.
Very strong also.
I'm 6'6". I don't play basketball. Those are mine.
Ask me.
Anyways, the conversation I wound up in with the kids, we were driving by and they saw a lost cat sign up in some suburban neighborhood we were going through. And, we were talking about, we should keep an eye out for the cat. And they had a, reward, $100 or whatever on this sign. And my daughter was like, why would you need to give someone a reward? Like, if I found someone's cat, I wouldn't want money. I just want them to get there. It was like one of those like sad child moments where you're like, do I explain the ways the world is broken? Or do I just say like, yeah, I don't know. Those people must be really nice. I can't remember what I said, but it was one of those tricky parenting moments where you're like, right, if you're a kid, you're like, I just want everyone to have their cats.
I guess I've just always assumed that there wasn't such a person who the only reason they would do it is that they wanted the money. The only reason people would do it is that they are kind people and they want to help with the cat, and that is just like a way of saying thank you for the kind of trouble and lengths that they go to. But I suppose you could try making a career out of.
I don't know if you've played any modern video games. Every video game now just has like dozens of hours that you spend essentially looking at the missing cat board, the like reward of like my cat's gone,
currency.
Whatever, like my sunglasses, so that you can just like do busy work for people to get paid money. I think it's possible that our world devolves into just people. Like I might start taking a job of like collecting tabs of missing cats and just roaming the neighborhood looking for the cats. Like it's possible that may be a trajectory that I'm on right now.
Yeah, we're about 3.5 weeks away from that being like the only remaining job, I think.
Yeah.
Well, and this is going to air a couple weeks in the future, so get in now.
Yeah, time is running out.
This is not a career, everyone. You can't. It doesn't work.
Time is also running out, everybody, for you to win a copy of the brand new NPC Core book for Pathfinder. This is a rule book that just came out recently. NPC Core, it's like a monster book. It's a creature book with tons of different people that you can use in your Pathfinder games to serve different purposes. Like there are blacksmiths, there are scholars, there's all sorts of different NPCs in it. It's got new troop rules. There's all kinds of stuff. If you were watching our show, you likely know what it is. We're doing a giveaway right now. If you're watching this on YouTube, if you're watching this live, if you're watching the premiere on Sunday night on March 31st, gosh, let's double check the date and see if I'm getting that right. Right? That would be a bad thing to get wrong. Yep. Nope. It's March 30th. Sunday, March 30th, everybody. Hi, how's it going?
It's okay. I'll get it. I will have gotten it right in the couple days before this when I post some reminders online.
but I take a look at the chat now. I am posting instructions for how to enter to win a contest. At the end of the show, I'm going to email you and let you know that you won the contest, and if you did win the contest. If you didn't win the contest, you will not get an email from me saying that you won the contest. So you can trust the email is what I'm trying to tell you. And I will ship the book out to you. So this is a thank you to joining us for the live premiere. Thanks for hanging out in chat. Thanks for being part of the watch party. I am hopeful that you win this copy of NPC Core.
Wait, I can win it?
No.
Oh.
You keep asking that question. The answer's always been no.
But I'm going to keep asking. Until maybe one day you just buy me one.
Okay. I mean, if you want me to, I'll buy you one, I guess. And you know what else I'm going to buy you is this show and our game. We're going to get into it right now.
What a good gift.
Let's do it. After an evening of revelations and recovery, you are pushing forward with incredible urgency to solve some of the most pressing mysteries surrounding Belcora Haravex and the strange Nimbaloth-infused lenses that are both the source of her power and the key to her defeat. The steps you are currently taking involve riding a ship into the large lake that fills the western portion of the 9th level below the surface of Golarion. Your immediate goals are to recover a lens lost within the lake by the late Drow leader and to explore a so-called treasure vault that is rumored to be somewhere on the lake. These steps were interrupted, though, because, befitting the wild biodiversity that has defined this region, as soon as you entered the water, you attracted the attention of a pair of Dutherexes. 10-foot-long subterranean aquatic creatures that exhibit a level of aggression that is unlike any fish you've ever seen before.
What about flounder?
It's flounder adjacent. It's definitely in the flounder ballpark.
David is left because our son is wandering the hallways.
I thought I drove him out.
Wasn't your joke, Armat? He just got out. He's like, God damn
well, thank
it.
God, because I was starting to worry.
I thought we fired this guy years ago.
Yeah. Would that you had, really, is all I can say.
I keep trying.
I wouldn't have tried that flounder joke out if I had been, and we'd all feel better then.
It was a little one-sided.
It's true.
Do we have that recording of David saying, I hit it twice and swim?
Yeah, we failed to get it. Okay. I'm just going to push forward. We'll see what happens with David. Let me just look at the turn order. Yeah, we're going to go. David, there's plenty of time before David has to do it.
Oh, yeah, I got to get killed first. So
okay, here we go. So here's the situation. We're jumping straight into combat, and here's just where we're picking up from. Istin has just been shoved back off of this boat. You're riding this cutter, like a 30-foot long, 15-foot wide magical boat that you like had a tiny little miniature. You threw it in the water. It exploded to full seafaring size. So this is like open sea combat on the deck of a wide vessel. Istin got pushed off of that deck and is now splashed into the water, leaving only Trill and Ao on this boat alone with one of these Dutherexes, these 10-foot long, enormous fish. They're potentially in a better situation than it sounds given that, because Istin also recently just cast the spell Draw Ire on the fish that is on the boat. So the fish is magically compelled to attack him and will take penalties, is so mad at Istin that this fish is going to take penalties if it attacks anybody else. So there's a little bit of protection for the people on the boat as well. Mag has been slipping further and further below the surface of the water, battling it out, just like duking it out with one of these ravenous Dutherexes. They're just slowly sinking to the water. Chomp, hit, back and forth. Trill is very badly injured and will likely go down if she is hit again without getting some healing. She's on the deck of the boat with Ao. Ao has just recently cast a spell that is forcing the fish that is duking it out with Mag to applaud for her, which is slowing the fish down and is triggering reactions from Mag. So, like, I feel like Ao is a sinister fisherman at this point, just looking down into the water, using the most reprehensible bait possible to catch.
PETA would not approve of what's happening here.
No, for sure not. PETA never asks whether you are attacked by the animals at the moment of jumping into the water. And I feel like that's part of the... They don't. Thank you. No, thank you. So here we go. One thing I want to say before we jump into this, I was listening back to our episode last time. I pretty clearly narrated that this water is murky. You're not able to see through the water. So I'm going to add a rule that is in the Pathfinder rules for aquatic combat, that in particularly murky water, things that are above the water, not in the water, looking down into the water, are concealed from things in the water and vice versa. So it's hard to see things. You're going to have to make a DC 5 flat check if you want to target stuff that's in the water. And with that, let's get into this combat. The very first thing that's going to happen, it is midway through round 3. This Deepwater Dutherex has just shoved Istin into the water, and it is now Trill's turn. Trill is within reach of this Dutherex, which she has seen snap out with a reach of at least 10 feet. And this Dutherex has its reaction because it just completed its turn, but Trill is also really badly injured. So, Robin, I don't know what's on the table for you here. What do you think?
So, I can't really cast anything because then that triggers its reaction, because that's what happened to Trill last time. So I learned my lesson, and I even remember something from our last recording. Good for my brain.
Great brain. Great job, brain.
Oh, yeah, yes. I did write at the end of my notes, remember they have a reactive strike.
That'll help.
So I think Trill has to step. Like, I can't imagine, there's nothing else she can really do.
I don't believe, based on what it is that Trill has seen, that she has confidence that she is able to step to get out of reach of this fish.
Really?
Because if you step, you're still going to be within 10 feet of it. Like, Trill is right now standing adjacent to this fish that's flopping around on
But
this
I'm thinking
deck.
if all 3 actions are step, can she step off the boat onto the pier?
You could certainly do that. That sounds safe to me.
I feel like Trill, to be able to do anything else, she has to.
Okay.
I feel kind of useless as Trill not being able to cast anything.
I
So I
gotcha.
think that's what Trill has to do. So Trill's gonna step 1, step 2, and now she's at 15 feet. So for her last action, she could do something else, right?
If you want to know if this creature has a reach of 15 feet, you can give me a recall knowledge check. I'm willing to give you the 10 feet reach as like this seems obvious to Trill.
Yeah.
But I
It's
think
bigger.
beyond that, it's going to be like
Is
I'm
it
not going
large
to
or
answer
is it
that
huge?
question. It is large.
It's large.
This is a
Should
10-foot
be-
long fish
Yeah, let's
flip-flopping
go.
around.
Trill's gonna do the safe thing, and she's gonna recall knowledge. Just it'll be helpful for everyone else as well.
Okay. Give me this is an aberration. Give me an occultism check, please. Give it to me blind.
Couldn't be happier.
And let me know what you want to
do
know.
So definitely want to know about its reactive strike's reach for reactive strike, and I don't know anything. Depending on the roll, anything else related to its attacks or reactions.
Trill looks at this fish, tries to recall something about this kind of creature, tries to get a sense of what it is that she might possibly know about it, and she looks closely at it and sees that its fins are actually made up of many writhing tentacles, and she gets the sense that this fish would be able to reach out to her at 15 feet with a tentacle to strike at her.
Okay, good to
Dang.
know.
So these things have a 15-foot reach. These deep water Dutherexes.
You just
Okay,
wanted
so
to say
now-
Deepwater Dutherex again.
I have so many opportunities to say it tonight,
It's
and I'm
fun.
going to seize every single one of them.
So there's some information for everyone else that they have a super long reach,
Giddy
I
up.
do.
and that's Trill's turn. That's all I got. Trill just
All
not
right.
dying. That's all I can do.
So as Trill retreats onto the dock here, still within reach of the tentacles of this fish, we cut over to Istin, who has just splashed into the water, shoved by the prodigious snout of this fish. He plunges into the water, his armor pulling him down steadily. This is perhaps a surprise to Istin. What is Istin going to do? As he looks down into the water and sees Mag a short distance below him, about 15 feet under the water, right at his feet, and this second deep water Dutherex thrashing around a short distance past that.
Yeah. Well, I think he's kind of spluttering as he hits with his back first into the water. I sort of feel like his focus would still be on the one on the boat, though. Maggie's a better swimmer than Istin is and has like the underwater marauder and all those things. He doesn't really have that, as one might guess that a dude in heavy plate armor does not. Usually tend to go swimming that often, and not to overgeneralize. So I
You
think,
prefer skinny dipping, I bet.
yeah, exactly.
That's
No,
an
it's more
interesting, it's an
comfortable.
interesting
Okay.
thought.
More fluid.
Okay.
I smell spin-off.
Right, welcome
Right,
to
that's our-
Skinny
that's
Dipping
our
with
OnlyFans
Istin.
show.
Today, on today's show, we're going to go skinny dipping with a Dutherex. It's going to be great. Their tentacles can last up to 15 feet. Isn't that
It's
amazing?
be exciting.
All right, let's go see. Hey, Dutherex, how are you? Okay, thank you for letting me do that bit for so long.
I loved it. I loved
I
it.
want to watch it. I want more. Of
I'm
it.
in. I'm buying that pitch in
Successful
the room.
pitch.
No problem.
Awesome.
Straight to series, no pilot. Let's go.
Oh, amazing. So I wanted to ask you, Lars, If Istin wanted to get back into the boat, would that be a climbing check? Would that be a stride?
It would, yeah.
Okay.
So it would be a climb check. You would need to sheath your the reason you fell into the water without being able to catch yourself is that you're holding your staff with 2 arms. You need to have both arms free unless you have the combat climber feat, I believe, in order to climb. So Istin's going to need to spend an action trying to put his staff away, and then he can climb.
Okay. Well, I think he'll just have to do that. He'll interact, put his staff away.
As he does that, the fish sees you interacting. Tentacle flies out towards you and strikes.
Walked right into that one.
That, I know you did. I was so happy about it. It's a 25
I'm
to
kind
hit.
of happy about it too. Let's be honest. Also, that doesn't even touch us. Then he easily bats it out of the way with his staff and be like, "That was rude. I invited you on the show, and now I have to rescind that invitation."
My lawyers are going to talk to your lawyers.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to be a real problem.
You'll never skinny dip in this town again, fish.
Now I really want to see a show where that's a thing. Okay, so he easily blocks it. Does that mean he succeeds in putting it away?
He does,
Okay,
yes, of
great.
course, for sure.
And then climbing, that's a...
Give me
check
athletics.
against a
I'm going
DC?
to call this easy, like a DC 15. We're going to
okay. Well,
fudge a number out here. We're going to call it 15.
let's hope that...
To climb up the side of this boat.
27.
27, critical success. Istin is able to clamber up onto the boat and lands feet first, both feet planted on the deck of this cutter. The boat tumbles back and forth in the water as you've rejoined the combat on the boat.
Yeah, and then I guess with his last action, there's little to do but pull out his staff again.
All right.
Tough turn, but that's
so that shove from the Deepwater Doothorax is nasty. It wasted Istin's entire round.
Totally.
Not to mention
rude.
Trill's entire round. I got a lot more out of that than I was expecting, I will say. Speaking of getting a lot more than I was expecting, David is back from the splinter dimension that he was in, and he is ready to rock. It is Mag's turn. Mag is 15 feet underwater, holding her prodigious breath. You've got roughly 1 million breaths, rounds of air based on the feat choices that you have made, so we're not even bothering to track them. But you are locked, Earthbreaker in hand, swinging at this fish that is also just getting pulled deeper and deeper down into the murky lake. What is Mag going to do?
First, I just want to check that anyone can see or hear me because the Riverside tab is just a white square.
We
just-
can.
See
I
and
can
hear
you. I can see you.
Staggering.
Nice glasses.
My computer is pinwheeling.
The glasses look great.
Thanks so much. My computer is pinwheeling. I can't see any of you. The game, I can zoom in and out of the game.
It's good.
Maybe that's it.
You're having a lot of the experience that our audio listeners have, David. So this is method acting at its best. Maybe not method acting.
Okay,
We're just
you
going to
know
call
what?
it that.
I'm not gonna. We have some, or I assume there's some momentum going on. I just got here. So I don't want to break. I don't want to break that. I can't see any of your reactions, so I don't know if any of this is working.
I'm going to let you know we're all really, really angry at you.
very, very good to know. Thank you.
Yeah,
I
there's
need
a lot
you all
of.
to provide.
I've never seen so many thumbs pointed down
Just-
on one call. It's crazy.
Lars,
Those we didn't even know we had.
We
I
grew
really
extra
appreciate
ones.
that, and I need you all to provide real-time updates of your emotions toward me for the remainder of the episode, since I can't see your faces.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I was going to say I don't want to stall the momentum too late now. I'm having the experience of, I don't know if you've ever been listening to a podcast and you you forget to hit pause, your headphones fall out or something, and it keeps playing for a while, even though, but then when you go back to listen to it, you don't realize that. So you're just like, oh man, I don't know anything about what's going on.
I have that with
here.
audiobooks as I'm falling asleep.
Yes.
Yep.
Same deal. That's me,
For
but
sure.
I'm the writer of the book.
It's literally a nightmare that a lot of people in the broadcasting business have. They're like, I've been on the air. I don't know what we're talking about. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
I'm responsible for so many things. How am I possibly going to keep all these plates spinning?
So what I'm going to do is fall back in the same way that veterans of the broadcast industry do.
Yeah.
Which
please.
is to attack it twice and then do a swim action.
Hell yeah. We got the audio. We got it.
This goes to that Splinter universe. We're all set again.
Yes, let's see
The
whether I'm
timelines
able to
have to be
effectuate
united.
any of those things myself.
If you're not, I'm right here for you, buddy.
All right, I'm gonna reload the game. I mean, the specific thing that's happening on this laptop right now makes no sense. It's like I have a virus or something. Okay.
Technology's great when it works.
I'm imagining now that you're in that Sandra Bullock movie, The Net, and you have like they're just like
I'm running
pop-ups
through the weird
going
hallway.
crazy.
Yeah, that's me.
Oh man, I
Yeah.
loved that movie.
I do not remember that one.
It makes you got to watch it.
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
terrible.
It's from when the internet was brand new and everyone was like, I can understand this if you make it literal. Lars, I am now able to zoom and unzoom in the game. I was also able to target, but I can't do anything else. I can't click stuff.
Can you hit the C button, the C key on your computer?
I can do that, but if you want something to be happening as a
Okay,
result,
good.
I'm afraid you'll be disappointed.
Okay, so I am your hands right now. I guide my sword, as the great
Lars
Indigo
David
Montoya
hands.
once said. So you're swinging at this Doothrax?
Yes, please.
Okay.
With a two-handed strike with the Earthbreaker, please. I guess I've been doing bludge, so we'll stick with bludge.
You've been doing piercing.
Yep, let's stick with piercing.
Because it's better underwater. David, you rolled a 39 on your hit.
That's so many.
Is that gonna hit?
It's a critical hit.
Hey, you don't need to be able to see to hit.
See, Lars's
David,
dice are
you've
better.
just rolled 64 points of damage.
This is that's awesome. That's
David,
great.
not all of that damage went through though, because this fish is immune to acid damage.
Yes, so the acid damage from the corrosive rune does not go through.
But also, David, because it's a critical hit, this fish becomes enfeebled and clumsy, and that's it.
Okay.
David, big hit. Satisfying or unsatisfying?
So
Hard to say.
it's a really good question, Robin. Let's stay with me for a while longer.
David, honestly, I'm happy to stay with you if you're throwing damage out like this. Like, the moment you start missing, we're going to start moving on from your turn a lot faster.
But Robin, the answer is very satisfying and somewhat less satisfying for needing to experience it passively.
David,
Yeah.
it sounded like you wanted to swing a second time.
Please, Lars.
David, guess what, dude? You just got a 20 on the die.
Wow, this is going so well.
You gotta draw.
Go back, go!
Nice.
It's Lars's
Nice.
fucking dice.
So I can't roll my own dice. I'm unlucky for my dice. I need to get Lars to
Interesting.
do
We
it.
need you to not be playing Mag.
I've got a fresh stack of spades. Let's try the first one to see if this is triple damage.
Will someone tell me, please? Because I can't see.
It is not.
Anybody
it is
wanna
a
tell
four
him?
of spades.
Okay.
We could have told
Okay,
him it
it's the-
was. He would have been excited.
It's the 4 of spades, meaning that we're going to do just regular ass critical damage. That's 50 more points of damage. And guess what, David?
Wow.
Mag just killed the Deepwater Doothrax that she was
Hey!
swimming next to.
Yes.
I have this really wonderful cartoon now of like it kind of trying to bite Mag, and they're getting the tussle, and then Mag just like the Hulk just going da 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 da, and it's down.
Yeah. Or if we're keeping up with the metaphor originally explored in the 1990, I believe, 6 film The Net, Mag first she loses consciousness twice. Then she goes blind.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what else is happening to me today. My regular camera isn't working. So what's the equivalent of that? Others I become invisible.
Okay.
And then I kill the fish.
Yeah, it's a weird way to tell a story, but it's what we're doing, I guess.
Yes. Yep. All right. So with my last action, I'm wondering if I have the range to swim to the far side of the boat to where I might, because it looks like the other Dutherex is currently on the boat at the moment.
It is.
Right. Okay.
It is.
So if I get in the water on the other side of it, will I be flanking?
Yes, in theory. Let's do an athletics check to see how Mag swims, and we'll see how many feet we got to work with. Fair enough?
All right. In a related story, Lars, will you roll me an athletics check?
No problem.
Thank you.
You rolled a 36 on your athletics check, which is the easiest critical success you ever saw in your life.
Man.
So you are looking
So when
at...
I take my own turn, it's kind of failure to launch. All right. Very
Okay,
good.
so you
Yeah.
are...
Can I come up to
hold on,
here?
no, wait, hold on a second.
No.
Wait, I don't know. I'm looking it up. I'm
Okay.
looking it up. Please. The one time you tried to do something, I'm like,
Yeah, I do
wait,
seem to
stop.
be able to do
stop,
that.
Stop doing things, please. Okay, so you have a speed right now because you are raging of 35 feet, and because of that, it means that when your maximum possible distance is not affected. Okay. You're able to go 20 feet in the water. So you're not going to be able to get all the way to the surface and across the boat. So the
I'd
question
end
is,
up
does
under
Mag,
the boat. Yeah.
does Mag want to end under the boat? Is basically the question.
Okay. I want to answer that question with a question for Robin.
Okay.
If Trill were to cast flight on this fish to keep it from going back in the water, would she be able to
think that
move
makes
it
any
toward me
sense.
so I could hit it with a reactive strike? Like, could
So
I
No.
don't
could you like
understand any
could
part
you
of
like
this.
fungo it at me?
So unfortunately, no flight. Just gives the intent. That just gives the appointed user the choice to flight. It does not control their flight.
Okay.
And also, Trill
yeah.
is now had to step away because with its reactive strike, if Trill, since it goes right before Trill,
Right.
Trill had to do a check essentially against it to be able to actually cast any spells, and that hadn't worked well in the past.
Okay, so my, and by my I mean my son's, my 6-year-old son's very cool idea of somebody making the fish fly up out of the water and toward me so that I could swing my
Dude,
hammer
if
at
I
it. Like,
could,
yeah.
I would. I love that.
But it's mechanically out of the question. All right.
Istin might be able to help you with that.
Istin does have force. He's prepared force the fish to fly in one of his 2 slots that he has for the
Yeah.
day, so it should be fine.
Otherwise
Awesome.
known as telekinetic maneuver.
Well,
This
then I
is-
don't.
See, I'm glad you said it out loud.
Yes. So then I don't want to end up submerged, because then I won't be able to hit it if it flies toward me. So I'll go up to the side of the boat. Let's see if I can.
Yeah, you can.
Still do that. I'll please don't wait for me to be able to do this. Somebody take the next turn, and when my pinwheel goes away, I will move my my token.
Okay, so Mag swims briskly up to the surface of the water, emerges. You have so much breath left. I don't even know if you do the whole like thing. Like Mag is in her element. Her element, it turns out, is water.
Who knew?
And with that, it is the end of Magdaruna Lacewing Skullcrusher's turn, and it is Ao's turn. Ao is face to face with this fish that has already reacted once this round, but she doesn't have a great edge against it. Like you need to find some way to get this creature off guard too if you want to do significant damage. But I don't know what you want to do. What do you want to do, Zoe?
This is not the clapping one. The clapping one's dead.
The clapping one, I'm sad to say, is dead.
Well, it saves me an action. I'm close enough I could faint, right?
You would need to draw your kukri if you wanted to use that to capitalize, because feint sets you up for a melee strike.
Right, and
But
I can't do a
you
spell
could for sure
that.
do that. Not the spell, not any spell that you have.
Okay, rude.
Okay, let me answer that in a more polite way. Well, I just want to let you know. Yeah, there are spells that do melee strikes, but you have ranged striking spells.
And we think these things are mindless or pretty stupid. I could also try to create a distraction, is what I'm thinking.
We do not think they're mindless. We do think they're stupid.
Okay, let's try to distract this biddy.
All right.
What would scare a fish? Ao points behind it and goes, "Oh no, a frying pan."
Okay.
Right. Every several ton fish's worst nightmare. A frying pan.
Imagine how big that frying pan would have to be.
Right, like the size of this boat. We're going to need a bigger frying pan.
So Zoe,
I didn't roll
because
the
this
right.
creature doesn't share a language with you, I'm imagining that this frying pan threat you're making is being communicated with gestures.
Right,
and
it's basically
hand
like
movements.
look behind you, hand movement. It's
sure.
a flavor frying pan declaration.
You're
So
pulling
give
a
me a
little frying
deception
pan
check,
from
please.
behind its little fish ear.
That is an amount I don't know, or I do know.
I don't know. I don't know if it's hidden. I can see it. It's a 29 that you just
There we
rolled.
go. All right.
And that's enough to beat the perception DC of 28. So
Hey!
this creature
Flavor
whips
frying pan
around and
for the win.
starts using its like bizarre subaquatic, subterranean dark vision eyes to try to find this frying pan that you've been describing using sign language. So it's off guard too.
All right. And we're going to get off to quick chomper strikes. First one is a 26 to hit.
Only hits because you just made it off guard and because of Trill's Courageous Anthem.
Look at us.
So this
Teamwork.
creature, a combination
Makes
of
the dream
the
work.
inspiring song playing in your heart and also the distraction is enough to make it hit.
I love
The
it.
real
That's
song
21
is-
points of damage.
21 points of damage. That all goes through. That includes sneak attack damage, and because of your debilitation, your new feature recently, this fish is now enfeebled 1. For a round.
Oh, hey. That's fun. All right.
However,
another...
now they have turned their focus back to you, and they are no longer off guard to you because they see you attacking them.
Okay. Well, we'll do another arrow strike. See if we can take a little nick out of him. And that is a 26.
That one misses
Because they're
because
not
it's
off guard.
looking at you.
Okay.
Yes.
Well,
Fun turn from Ao.
Yeah.
Like I love
the math there was educational.
The math is very interesting. Yes. And you know what else is interesting is that it is the beginning of the 4th round of this combat, and things have changed. The fish in the water is dead. And Mag has swum to the surface. David moved his token so far, like really, just like a wild distance that he moved Mag.
What?
Because you had to go 15 feet back to the surface, right?
Oh.
Yeah. So I think you can end up in like one of these
Here.
3, like down. Yeah, exactly.
Here.
Or there.
Yeah,
Totally.
that's what's fun.
So Mag is at the southern side of, Mag has just swum to the surface, is at the southern side of this cutter. And the 3 of you are sort of converging on this fish that is on the northern side of the cutter. It is injured, but it is about to go. Ao has just attacked it twice. So I think this fish is going to try to take advantage of that situation. The fish. Yes, go ahead.
Subtract 1 from these rolls.
I will subtract
Thank
1
you.
from the rolls. Very, very good roll. That is a 37 to hit. Because of the 1 that I'm subtracting from the roll, that is a 36 to hit. Against Ao.
That will hit.
But it is not a critical. It would have been a critical hit if not for the ire that Isthin provoked in this creature. So for saving Ao from that critical hit, let's give Isthin a hero point.
Oh, I'll take it.
So that is a very good damage roll as this creature does manage to snap forward and bite into Ao for 24 points of damage. And now this fish is going to try to grab a hold of Ao by clamping its jaws shut on top of her. That is a 28 versus Ao's fortitude DC of 25.
Sounds like it passes.
It does pass. So Ao becomes grabbed. And then Ao feels herself being thrown into the air as this fish starts going, detaching its jaw and trying to swallow her whole.
That's a bummer. It's not what you want.
It is not what you want. This is going to be an athletics check from the fish versus your reflex DC as you try to wriggle out of the way, not get swallowed. That's a very good roll. It is a 35 versus Ao's reflex DC.
Which is 29. I'm getting et.
Okay.
Jeez.
Ao is now inside the fish. How does it feel in there?
Slippery as fuck.
Yes. SAF, as it were.
Saf. Not safe,
Saf.
but saf.
Not what that means.
Ao has to start holding her breath. I'll assign the number of rounds that Ao gets to hold her breath to your token after this. We'll deal with that later. No need to handle it right now. It's not that many, though. It'll be like 7 or 8, and every time you do something, it'll tick down faster than that.
No pressure.
No pressure on everybody to free Ao from this fish. And I believe that you take damage as well. Just give me 1 second. Please speak amongst yourselves as I double check everything here.
Wow, the indignity hit isn't enough. I gotta actually take some physical damage too.
Yeah, you do. It's messed up. Just give me 1 second, though.
Talking amongst ourselves, I feel like David's turn really proved my theory of Lars's dice being fixed.
Does
Oh, I have fixed the dice. That's true. Okay, so Ao is going to take, upon getting swallowed, is going to take a combination of bludgeoning and acid damage. This is what happens in real life when you're eaten by a fish. That's 16 points of bludgeoning and acid damage.
Did any of you see that video of the guy getting like swallowed and then spit back out by
the
a
whale, the humpback whale, yeah.
Kayaker?
No.
Humpback whales don't eat people. No one
I
felt
didn't see that.
scared.
I would prefer for that to happen than deal with this fish eating me.
So that's all 3 actions of Ao getting bitten, grabbed, and then swallowed by this creature. Ao is now grabbed and slowed and took damage and needs to escape. All kinds of crazy stuff happening to Ao as she's inside the fish. And it's now Trill's turn. What is Trill going to do?
Well, Trill's going to take one more step so that Trill is at 20 feet away and is no longer within reach, hopefully. And then Trill's going to... I think she sees Ao go in and she knows she has to stop this creature. And Trill's going to go ahead and cast Paralyze. Let's take a quick look. What is
She
Some
misses and
paralyzing
Ao
magic.
inside goes limp.
Yeah.
So
Casts
let's
paralyze everything
do-
inside this creature.
I gotta read the
just
fine
trying to figure
print.
out which where
It's a
the
niche spell.
But it just might work.
It just might work.
So
If there's ever a time for it, it's now.
So she's gonna. So I don't think there's any difference between Paralyze third
At
and
different
Paralyze
ranks?
fourth rank.
There definitely, I mean, there is in terms of it being a incapacitation spell.
So I'm just looking at the descriptions and I don't see much of a difference between third and fourth rank.
So the issue is 4th rank will paralyze something at 8th level.
Uh-huh.
3rd rank will paralyze something at 6th level.
Oh, okay.
Otherwise, because it's
so
incapacitation, if it's
I don't know
higher
what
than
its
those
level
numbers.
is, so I'm gonna do fourth rank then.
Okay.
So they've got a DC 27 will save.
All
That
right.
was a
I roll
big
pretty well. I roll a 33.
Yeah. So the target is stunned one.
Okay, but I'm seeing that you cast this at 3rd rank. Is that what you meant to do?
No, I meant to do fourth rank.
Okay. Regardless, make sure you just make sure you have the right slot spent for that.
Thank you for bringing that to
This
my
creature is a 9th level creature, so that success gets upgraded to a critical success and nothing happens to it.
Okay. What rank is it?
The fish is 9th level.
9th level. Okay. That sucks.
Yeah.
Well, I tried. That's Trill's
So
action. That's Trill's turn.
Trill tries to help Ao by putting this paralyzing magic in, but the fish is just too strong, everybody. It's Isthin's turn, as Isthin sees Ao disappear down the gullet of the Duthorax, and Trill tries to help her. What is Isthin going to do?
Oh, it's going to be a quick one. Recharge spell strike. Spell strike.
All right.
To use slashing gust to try and slash it open to free Ao from its guts.
The Magus special. As a million dice get rolled, what is Isthin's first strike with this spell strike that he's doing as he delivers a offensive strike and a spell at the same time?
34 to hit.
Yes, that hits.
Okay. That's 16 bludgeoning and 2 electricity damage. And 14 slashing damage as well.
Okay, so the
For a
strike
total
and the spell
of-
all go off. That's 32 damage total, and this fish is badly injured as you... And it sort of wriggles around. It already hates Istin. It opens its mouth and just starts screaming, ah, ah! And as the fish's mouth opens, you see Ao wriggling around in this belly.
Ayo! Looks gross in there. No, save your breath.
And it's now Mag's turn. Mag is swimming, treading water on the southern side of the ship.
All right, Mag would like to gracefully and intimidatingly vault up onto the ship.
Okay, it's going to be an action to put your Earthbreaker away to climb,
Okay.
and then it's going to be an action to climb.
I can't drop it. I don't
You
get
could drop the Earthbreaker.
Yeah, well,
sure.
into the water. Yeah. There's not a free action. I thought that one of those is a free action to put it away.
There's a new action to like swap things, but it's
Hmm.
still going to be an action.
Can I swap holding the Earthbreaker for being on the boat?
For being on the boat? No.
No. Okay.
We're discovering in this combat that getting pushed off this boat or trying to get onto this boat while wielding weapons is actually like a massive, like it takes a lot of time and a lot of energy to do.
Yeah.
It's kind of
Yeah.
tough place to be.
Yeah, let's get it back in the water where I can swim around and hit it. All right, I will do as we've just described, one action to put the Earthbreaker. So all I can do is, I guess once I get back on the boat, I'll either have to do an unarmed strike or take the weapon back out. I guess I'll just put it away, climb on, and then redraw the Earthbreaker.
So as you try to put the Earthbreaker away, a tentacle reaches out towards Mag to try to interrupt this.
Because it's because I'm manipulating the Earthbreaker.
You're manipulating the Earthbreaker to put it away. That's a 32 to hit.
That hits.
Okay, but it doesn't critically hit, meaning that Mag, even though she gets hit for 15 points of damage, does manage to get the Earthbreaker put away in her, in her sheath. So this plan that you had is going to work. You're going to be able to put the Earthbreaker away, climb up, and then take the Earthbreaker back out.
Yes, and that's
Okay.
what I'll do. I'll end up not quite next to Istin here. Let me take that damage. One of the small handful of things I'm able to do in the game right now.
You can take damage.
I can't deal it, but I can take it. I can move.
Perfect.
And I can zoom. All right, that's my turn.
Okay. So Ao is now inside the fish. It is dark in here. It's a dark fish that you're stuck in. You are slowed. You have one fewer action because you are being digested and swallowed whole. If you are in this fish at the end of this turn, you're going to take that damage again as you are being digested by its bludgeoning and acidic digestive system, which I think is how all digestive systems work in the animal kingdom anyway. If you'd like to, you can try to escape from the fish, or you can use a small weapon such as a kukri, if you so wanted, to try to cut your way out. What do you think?
I think she'd be pissed and want to do some cutting. Let's cut with that
Okay.
kukri. So she has to spend an action.
To like swap, probably?
The idea of like keeping your bow and arrow already inside a fish is funny, but I feel like it's like over her shoulder and she has to.
Oh, you can't? Yeah, you could have the bow and arrow in one hand and the kukri in another hand. You can totally do that. You just can't shoot the bow and arrow while you have the kukri in the hand.
And I assume I can't shoot the bow and arrow inside the fish. That seems a bridge too far.
I don't know. I've never considered such a question
How
before.
ginormous is the fish, I guess is the...
It's pretty big, I guess. I don't know.
it doesn't feel right
so-
to
so-
me that I should be able to shoot an arrow inside a fish.
I think you are not able to because you're restricted by the size or the weight of the bow and arrow. Like the bow and arrow is Chompers has a bulk of 1. I think you can only use a light bulk weapon. That's like how they
It's common sense. If you're
mechanicalize
being eaten, you
that
can only
issue
use
that
a
we have.
light bulk weapon. That's like where that
Yeah.
old saying came from.
It's definitely like a Pathfinder thing where it's like they found the most mathematical way to explain a common sense thing, and once you've done the equation, you're like, yeah, okay, I get it. But
Yeah,
before then, you're like, fucking what? What are
Okay.
you talking about?
So one action to pull out the kukri.
Yes. And in doing that, that's a manipulate action. You're grabbed. I need a DC 5 flat check to see if you are able to do it.
On a d20.
Yeah, exactly.
That is my good roll for this turn. So there's my 20. So I can do it, but now I'm going to roll terribly for the rest of this.
The angels sing as the kukri
Never
enters
has someone
Ao's hand.
pulled a kukri out more elegantly inside a fish than Ao does.
I think that this creature, another wrinkle, the way that, just so you know, Zoe, the rules for Swallow Whole are the most like wordy rules in this game.
I'm learning.
I'm like reading a paragraph of stuff to make this happen. This creature is off guard to you while you are inside of it. It can't defend itself from the inside. So you're going to get to apply sneak attack damage on the attack roll with the kukri.
All right. Well, that's a fun tidbit. All right. Let's do some striking. That's a 30.
That definitely hits. In a way, Ao has never been in a better position to hurt this fish than she is right now.
Or a worse one. So it's tricky like that.
That's true.
All right. That is 19 points of damage.
Okay, 19 points of damage is not quite enough to rupture your way out of the fish. That would have required 20 points of damage with a
stop
single
it. That is
strike.
so rude. That is so rude.
Yeah,
Whose side are you on, Casteen?
Could Ao bite? Do a bite attack for the last point of damage?
That's a good question. No.
Okay.
And also, Ao's out of actions because she is slowed, it turns
just
out.
so rude. And I'm sure I used all my breath and now I'm dead.
No, we'll cut you out of there.
You have 5 rounds left at the end of this turn. I think you're gonna. I think you're gonna.
I think it'll, or it won't. But you know,
or
we'll
unless
find out.
unless you die, which could happen right now. Actually, as at the end of Ao's turn, this creature continues digesting Ao. So here comes some damage. That is 21 points of damage to Ao. I have the wrong person targeted, but it is 22 points of damage to Ao.
Wait, 21 or 22? It's an important
It's 21. Sorry, it's 21.
All right.
How many hit points do you have left, Zoe?
Just the one.
Jesus.
Whoa.
Okay. It's the top of round 5, and there is a badly injured deep water Douthorax on the deck of the cutter that you have manifested magically to try to find a lens and a treasure vault. Ao has 1 hit point left and is digesting inside of this fish, and the rest of you are converging on the fish. It is a race against time. Can you get the fish? Can you get Ao out before the fish kills her? It's the fish's turn right now, and the fish sees Isthin. The fish is enraged by Isthin because of the magical ire that Isthin has drawn from the fish, and the fish is going to bite a hold.
That's right, your mother was a frog, an amphibian.
This insult seems to have thrown the fish off. That was 22 to hit.
That's not going to do it by a good chunk, actually.
And I'm going to push you back in this fucking water.
Oh, God.
That's a 30. That's a 31 to hit
He's
with
so
its
amused
snout
by
as it
this.
bashes forward at Isthin.
And this thing goes flying back first
Wait,
into the
I need to
water.
do it. Well, first, did I hit you
31?
with the 31?
Yes, correct.
Okay, so Isthin's going to take 26 points of damage, and
Ow.
now I get to make a shove attempt at Isthin
okay.
to get him back
Okay,
into the
yeah.
water. That is a 26 to shove.
That is just one higher than the 25 that is his forest
Yes!
DC. So yeah,
Oh.
this thing goes, oh shit, and kind of flops back over, doing a half somersault over the railing, like,
Shoving people off a boat is more fun than I've had in my life.
Wow, this is it.
This is as good as it
Yeah.
gets. You know that Jack Nicholson movie,
Yes,
As Good as
this
It Gets?
is it.
This is what it was about.
Shoving people off a boat. Great.
Being a fish and shoving people off a boat. It's Trill's turn. Trill just saw his thing fall into the water again. What
The
is Trill gonna
Neutrogena
do?
stuff, all the soap thing was just a red herring.
Is that what happens in As Good as It Gets? He eats a lot of soap?
No, he's got OCD. He washes his hands a lot.
Oh, that's that movie. Okay. I confused it with About Schmidt. I thought that As Good as It Gets is the movie where he is in a hot tub with Kathy Bates the whole time.
No, that's about Schmidt. Where's that? That
No,
one's
that's-
about. Is that the name of that
That's
one?
about
Schmidt,
that's about
also
Schmidt.
actually a huge fish.
Which is-
so
I should remember
They
that's
was-
the
they're
one where
talking
he's
about
in
the
an
fish.
RV.
yes.
In the hot tub. They're like, could Schmidt have fit into this hot tub?
Yeah.
And Kathy Bates like, no. And he's like, yes, it's my dinner with Andre, but it's debating whether or not a fish named Schmidt could go into a hot tub.
That's right.
Hi, it's Trill's turn. What's going on?
Who's
Fish
having
called
fun?
Schmidt.
We are.
I think.
A fish called Hot Tub? Or something?
a fish
God.
called hot tub. Yep.
It feels like a lot of the other tricky things that I would want to try are too risky. So I think Trill's going to start by bringing back Courageous Anthem. And so let's do a linger. Can I do a lingering comp with that?
You can. I think you've
I
got
can
the
do it
focus
again?
points for it. Yeah.
Yeah, I still have one focus point. Okay. And that is a 38, so this will definitely last, hopefully, till, the end of this where someone dies.
Could last me to the end of my life.
4 more rounds of Courageous Anthem.
And
Four more
Trill's-
rounds. 4 more rounds.
It's no.
Vote
And so
Schmidt.
Trill's gonna go from playing her inspiring music to something a little bit more aggressive, and she's gonna cast Needle Darts.
Great. So
not?
a jet of metal flies out of Trill's loot and tries to puncture this fish that has AO inside. Will it be enough?
So let's go ahead and hit that attack roll. And that's a 26.
Because of your Courageous Anthem, we're just rolling 26s over and over and over and over again.
Amazing.
It's
Just
what you
testing
want
them.
to. It's what you. Oh, I'm sorry. I still had the fish marked as off guard because I had it set that way for AO. That misses.
Oh no. Oh.
If you were inside the fish, that would have been the perfect.
You could come join me. Plenty of room.
Give it time.
Plenty of room.
Give it time, Zoe.
Hot tub's
So
fine.
this is Trill's her continued impotent attempts at doing anything.
Yeah, it's been a tough time for Trill for sure, and it's also been a tough
That's
time.
Trill's turn. At least we got
for-
Courageous Anthem in there. We got that back.
Trill is sitting on some hero points.
Am I?
Yeah,
I
don't know.
am sitting on some hero points. Maybe I should re-roll that. Use it or lose it, right? Let's go
No.
ahead and re-roll that.
Great.
Let's do it. Re-roll using a hero point. That was worse. Great.
Okay. Yes. Awesome.
I know you love it when that happens,
it's
Lars.
Istin's turn. I do love it. Another thing
Um,
I love is when I shove a guy in the water. Istin's in the water. What's up?
Speaking as a guy in the water, can the guy in the water see the big
Yeah.
bad fish?
Yes, you can.
Istin's going to stay in the water, and he is going to he'll throw a slashing gust at it from where he is.
Okay.
So here's. Ooh, he rolled a 21 with a 3 on the die. I too am going to use a hero point.
Now's the time.
Yeah,
Now's the time.
and that's a 33 to hit now.
33 hits. So Istin has a vision of missing with a spell, digs deep, and lands a hit with his slashing gust of magical wind.
Awesome. And here's the damage. 13 points of slashing
Okay.
damage.
13 points of slashing damage to the Doothorax. The Doothorax is still up.
Oh, man. Istin is going to put his staff away for the inevitable reclimbing back onto the boat. That's his turn.
Okay. At the end of Istin's turn, Istin slips 10 feet below the water because he didn't swim.
Oh, hell.
Okay. It's Mag's turn. Mag is on the boat. He sees this fish flopping around, its last ounce of strength being used to try to digest AO. What is Mag going to do?
If I hit it, am I going to hit? Can I damage AO inside it?
It's fine.
No, you're not going to damage AO inside of
Really? Or are you just being nice?
it. Really? David, here's the way that I'm thinking about it. This is maybe not helpful to you. I pasted into our chat all of the rules for this swallow whole. There are like a million rules already for it. There's no rule in there. They would have to add extra paragraphs to like transfer damage from the
Yeah,
exterior
through,
of the creature to the, you know what I mean? There's nothing like that. It's simpler than that.
Right.
It's complicated,
All right.
but it's simpler than that.
Then, with all due respect, I would like to mash it with a hammer.
Yeah. Word.
And piercing seems appropriate, given that I want to cut my friend out.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Can I ask you for a favor?
Yes. Do you want me to roll
Will
it
you
for
roll an attack roll?
I don't
for
know
me?
how I forgot that that's what we were doing.
No, it's very understandable if you're not me.
I rolled
in laptop meltdown hell.
Yep. I rolled a 9 on your D20 for a 29, which hits by 1.
Great. Would you be so kind as to roll damage for me?
Yes, I would. For sure I would. That's going to be a total of 33 points of damage to the Doothorax. Not all of that goes through because it's acid damage, some of it, but that is enough to puncture the exterior of the Doothorax. The Doothorax splits open, and what does it look like as Ao emerges from this fish with 1 hit point remaining? Zoe, please, tell me.
I think it's pretty saff.
It's pretty saff?
Yeah, saff.
Yeah.
What is that?
Slippery as fuck. We just did this bit
Slippery
before,
as
man.
fuck,
Come on.
right, it's the bit.
The
Sorry.
safe saff thing. Oh.
You're SAF. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
You're
it's
right.
all right. No, I think it feels fetal. I think, right? Like she's like gooey. She's really
Yeah.
tired. Like, she's like maybe like whimpering a little in a pathetic way. Like when dogs run in their sleep and are chasing him.
So she doesn't bust straight through the like exterior skin layer of this thing and say, "Here's Ao."
God.
I don't know what that looked like either, Robin.
It's worth considering.
Mysteriously, she's changed into Norman, and she does that as Norman with her final breath.
I could definitely see Norman doing
No,
Jack
I feel like
Nicholson.
she has just
That's
the
more
energy
like
for
it.
the kukri to finish driving out, and then she sort of like collapses out with her whimpering.
And Mag pounces forward, and I imagine maybe the piercing end of the Earthbreaker is embedded slightly in this thing, so she rips it out to create a larger, gash opening, and a little tendrils of blue, magical spirit light, kind of waft upward from the contact point of the Earthbreaker against its skin, and then Mag releases her left hand from the handle to grab Ao firmly, gently, but firmly, and pull her the rest of the way out like a kind of barbarian doula.
Barbarian Doula. So good.
Love
Amazing.
when we
Wow.
get the name of the episode.
Yeah,
so
there it
easily.
is.
Yeah, and lays her out gently on the deck of the cutter.
Okay.
After a second, you hear some splashing, and from off the side of the boat, "Is that it? Did we win? Can I get a hand, maybe? Some sort of
Yeah.
barbarian doula, perhaps?"
Yeah, Barbarian Doula's the head of the Earthbreaker into the water for Istin to grab
Oh,
hold
it's all
of.
slimy. I'll climb out.
Can I
It's a
tell
bit
you something
sad.
that I saw on the internet? I saw on the internet like yesterday.
Please.
That's connected to Barbarian Doula.
Vaguely. This is something that apparently happens in one of 80,000 childbirths, but I'd never seen
Oh,
it
boy.
before. It's good. This is not, don't get on, like, you don't need to be stressed out about this. I was worried about it when I saw it. It's not stressful. It's okay. I think.
I want this to
The,
be just something wild. Like the child is born with a stuffed kitten.
Kind of. It's similar to that. This child was born, like I saw a newborn child. It was born with a fully intact amniotic sac.
Fun fact.
Like this sac
Our son
didn't-
was born that way.
Are you
call it in
serious?
Call. Yeah.
Mhm.
Tilton was
Wow.
born. Yeah, it's like
Wild.
super. It's like people saying that like when it rains on your wedding day, it's good luck. It's supposed to be good luck, but I think they just say that to parents because it's like sort of alarming. They're like,
Yeah,
no, it's
this-
good luck.
It's a little
good luck.
freaky at the
But
time.
like it's not a problem. Is it?
It didn't seem like a problem in the video. The video,
No,
the video
no, it's
had
not a
very
problem.
soothing
It was
music.
Not at
no
all.
one's no one's worried about it.
If anything, it's sort of, or provided that the people that there's people there who know that it's a thing. Like I think if no one knew it was a thing, it would probably be pretty unnerving. But like if anything, it was quite sort of goes the other
tidy?
way. Like the kid is out, but they're not crying, you know?
Totally.
It's like it was like a
They
stillness.
do eventually want you to take them out of the sack, though, and then he got
Right.
louder.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
Well,
This-
and you
this
wanted
vid-
you wanted to move the proceedings along as well, if I recall correctly.
Yeah,
I'm not sure why.
In this video, and I don't know why I'm describing that's a thing that happened. So I don't know how I'm describing the video, but I'm going to describe the video anyway. Just to describe
Do it.
to Robin what it looked like. This baby.
Why is it to me?
This because you were asking questions and I want to follow up on it. You were asking like what happens. I'm just answering your goddamn question. I don't need to answer any questions for Zoe. Zoe was there. Zoe knew what happened.
I was there.
I didn't even know
Yeah.
this was possible. And Zoe's like, yeah, I just did that. That's like just a thing that happened.
Just did
I just
that.
like
I
before
just
the
did
maybe
it.
show.
Yeah,
Armatt's
been there.
curious as well, okay?
Armat, are you curious about this?
Yeah, and I don't
You don't
like
have
the
to
way
answer,
you're
man.
gendering these comments. So
I'm not trying to gender any comments.
just
I
being
was
a
talking
pain.
to the
I'm
people
sorry.
participating
No.
in the conversation.
I am here. I love all of you, and I'm delighted to be a part of this conversation.
Okay, Armat, whatever you do, don't
I
tell
can't
Robin
see
about what I
any
have
of
to
your
tell you.
faces. I have no idea who's kidding and who's not.
We're
So
furious.
what
right now,
happened
David.
in the video?
So this baby is born and it's just like it's just in a sack. Like you know how you see pictures of like babies in utero where they're like
Right, in
they're
the-
curled up like that. The baby is just like on a table curled up like that, and then they go doink and pop this thing and it opens, and then the baby's like ah, like a baby being born, right?
Like a
it was
water balloon?
crazy.
That's wild.
What's that?
Yeah. Like a
It's kinda
water
like a balloon.
It's like a water balloon. Exactly right.
I did not know that
was
that was
wild.
the amniotic sac. So now I have learned a thing from this conversation.
There you go.
Well, I'm glad
Yeah.
somebody got something out of this, Armat.
It was
I think
rich
we all
and
got a lot
enlightening.
out of it, if that
Yeah.
makes sense.
Did we? Yeah. Okay. Okay.
It was about,
So
it was
the-
about 4 minutes of content.
The four of you are now recovering on the deck of this magical cutter that like 30 seconds ago didn't even exist. 30 seconds ago it was like the size of a walnut. You tossed it in the water. Mag went in to explore. It's like in movies when you see somebody jump into the water and like the piranhas like feeding frenzy time. It's like everything has happened that quickly. And now finally there's a chance for you to catch your breath on your beautiful new boat. And what are you going to do? You're probably healing? I don't know. You tell me.
I was gonna say, I'm
Play the
gonna
scene
do a
out,
little
please.
healing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
That'd
going
be
to
good.
ask about, I guess, because you're not unconscious, so you are able to heal yourself.
So it seems. Whimpering with gauze, Ao begins healing herself and others.
As Trill comes back up, she's very apologetic of this. I don't know what happened there. I couldn't do anything. It was awful. Those things are nasty.
Yeah,
There were tentacles, right?
yes, I can confirm that there were, unfortunately.
Ugh,
I have to say,
slimy.
thus far, living a pirate's life is not what I thought it would be. Thought there were going to be more parrots and doubloons, mostly.
Would you say a pirate's life is not for me?
Oh, I wouldn't go that far.
Trill's also going to refocus during this time.
This thing do. Yeah.
And Mag is singing quietly under her breath, yo ho, a pirate's life is mixed.
We're essentially just doing a number of medicine checks here just to figure out how long this is going to take. Ao was really, really badly injured, so this is going to take a little bit of time.
Also rolling terrible healing rolls. So that's
Very
not
bad
helping.
healing rolls.
Well, you're in a bad way yourself. It
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
stands to reason.
David, would you like me to click the heal button for all of these checks that are happening? Oh, you got them. You did it. You did one of them.
Oh, that's so interesting. It appears to me as though I did
Yeah.
not.
So, great. So
That
after
was like 8 hours.
after 500 hours,
The boat has
The-
gone and everyone's
the
drowned.
boat's gone. So yeah, it looks like it's around, let's just call it an hour. So there's about an
Right.
hour of time on this boat. By the time Ao is done patching herself and patching everybody else up, it is 8 o'clock in the evening. Zoe, how is Ao reacting? Because Ao's going through a ton right now with this, like, sometimes she has this magical lens on her that makes her unreasonably angry. Ao doesn't
Rude.
usually get hit quite as badly as she did in this instance, So I'm just kind of wondering what you think Ao's like mental state is at this point, given how quickly things turned southward for her.
Yeah, actually, I think frustrated and petulant, which is, not outside the range of normal here.
Par for the course.
I think maybe, actually, it's interesting you brought the lenses up. As she's finishing, she's like, I don't think this would have happened if we'd been harnessing the power of the lenses. Maybe if I kept it activated, I bet I could have protected myself better. And I think maybe she reactivates the one lens that we do have. She sees it as sort of protective.
Yeah, so you are once more affected by this fulcrum lens, and you become rageful, angry, maybe ready for a fight, ready to tap into these dark feelings, but also is maybe slightly more out of control.
Maybe less pleasant to be around? I don't know.
Yeah. I will say, if I were nearly killed by being eaten by a fish on a magical boat that I just conjured, I'd be right there with you.
Yeah.
So, the four of you take this hour to reconvene, reconnect, and then talk about your next plans for pushing forward. You see a number of natural pillars that extend from the ceiling, the ceiling of this cavern down into this lake. And you have, at this point, the option to push towards the north, basically along the eastern side of these pillars, or towards the west and along the north as well. You look out from the boat where you are now, and you see that there is a shore on the southwestern corner of the portion of the lake that opens up into a pathway that maybe leads deeper into some caverns. But the lake as it stands now, you're either going northeast or northwest. What do y'all think you're in the mood to do? To give you some more context for that choice, you looked out to the northwest and you saw a number of crystals on some islands and some shores over to the northwest. Those are sort of the key landmarks that you have on this lake. You have not seen anything yet resembling a treasure vault, though.
I think we've been attracted to the northwest glowing plants, so my vote would be that way. But
Yeah.
Seconded.
I think that seems like a treasure vault, to be honest.
Last session, I remember we talked, I can't remember what we decided on it, but I remember bringing up using the Lange Ruby for the locator spell.
True.
Heck
Was that something we were gonna do on the water?
We had also, Zoe had begun sending the mage hand over to that far zone to see if we could learn anything about it from a distance. I realize those are not substitutes for one another. It's just it made me remember that when you said so, Rob.
Yeah. The resolution of that mage hand situation was that you were like a little bit outside of the range of the mage hand. Like it was just not, you weren't really able to reach that far. I think that the mage hand is going to be most useful in this circumstance once you get closer within reach of something. If you see something you want to grab, see something you want to manipulate, then the mage hand is perfect. I think for getting a lay of the land, you're probably better off just looking and, honing in from a distance visually or using the locate spell. If you want to know where this lens is, the locate spell is your best bet. If you want to examine the island with these crystal outgrowths, then you just want to get close enough to see, basically.
I'm with you.
Unless there's a plaque in Braille, though, right?
Oh,
yeah.
but
Then
the
you
mage
should send the
hand.
mage hand.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect.
That's a clear mage hand situation.
Yeah, great.
So I think it makes, so we want to explore first, and then once we have a better idea, then if we need to, we can use the locate spell. Do you like that idea?
Yeah. Sounds great.
Yeah.
I think that's a killer idea, honestly.
Aw, thanks, Arma.
No, totally. I mean, like, we're going to be out in the middle of this big lake with that little thing could be anywhere in the lake. So.
Yeah.
Okay. So you sail your boat up towards the north, and I kind of want to get a sense of you if you like where it is that I've put you here. Right now, there's a little bit of water. There's a tight passageway between this crystal-covered island and the pillar to your immediate east. You can either be kind of midway between the two of them. You can be all the way towards the pillar, or you can be on the east, or you can be all the way towards the island on the west. What do you think your positioning wants to be here?
Seems fine to me, but I don't know.
Okay.
Other people.
So it's close enough to jump onto the island if you would like to do that, basically.
Ao jumps.
But it's not. Okay. So
All
Ao
right.
jumps onto this island. And there is a mix of green
Don't even
crystals.
try and stop me, she shouts.
Oh,
What are the rest of you
okay.
doing as Ao, maybe foolishly, but really conveniently for keeping this game moving, jumps onto the island?
You know, I feel like, and I know you can't really speak to the system, but Meg, when we first met Ao, and of course it wasn't really Ao that we first met, do you feel like maybe she's getting younger?
I know so little of Kitsune magic. I can't rule it out.
You know, I actually knew someone who had that affliction, who was aging backwards or like growing younger as they got, they were born as a very wizened old man. And then they came, by the time I knew them, they were, what?
Is this real, or is this just something you heard?
Well, I mean, I was told to me on very good faith in a bar
Okay,
in
then. And
Holborn.
Trill jumps and follows Ao.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
so
Mag-
Ao hears a little bit of this conversation and then jumps on the island and is followed by Trill, and it sounds like Mag
And
also did
Mag
it.
will
Just
do
get
the
away
same.
from
as, as this thing is continuing to,
Wait,
to
that's a
monologue on the boat.
really
You feel your feet.
brutal index on my character. All right. And he leaps onto the island.
Okay. So all four of you feel your feet crunch onto the surface of this island. To get back across from the island onto the boat, that's going to be a simple leap. It seems like it's not something that would be difficult to do if that's something you wanted to do. But your feet
Mag can
land
probably toss
on
Trill.
the surface of this island, and there are green crystals all around. And there's grayish stone that is making up the mass of the island, and these green crystals are jutting out at these strange angles, almost like flowers, but you take a look at them and they're clearly like natural stone, just stone phenomena, like geological phenomena here in the cavern. There are a few patches of fungus that grow across the rocks, and there's a particularly thick patch towards the western shore of the island. What do you do?
Can Istin recall knowledge about that?
About the patch, the fungus?
Yeah.
Sure. Go ahead and we're going to call this investigating. Istin's investigating.
Okay.
And give me a maybe like a nature check. Maybe, nature check seems good.
Nature? Okay.
Yeah.
Blind, yes?
Yes, please. Okay. Istin, in order to investigate, you're approaching this fungus. Is that okay with you?
Of course. Yeah.
Okay. Istin approaches this fungus and starts examining it closely, trying to get a sense of what this natural phenomenon might be. And you see that this patch of fungus is actually some kind of an egg.
Oh.
Oh boy.
Sorry. The patch of fungus is a nest. It's like a nest, and there are two eggs inside the nest. Mag, who is the furthest afield, I assume you're like scouting for enemies. You're probably
Always. Yep.
always, yeah. You're the furthest away from this patch of fungus, and Mag, as she's sort of like navigating her way through this crystalline kind of like outgrowth that you're moving through, you run nearly face first into a large ostrich-like bird with
Oh my
bright
God, so
white
good.
eyes. It's kind of like pecking around in the dirt, like looking for food, sort of pecking, sniffing. It looks up at you, like face to face with Mag, 2 inches away from Mag's face, and just kind of like blinks its solid white eyes twice. Mag feels like breath coming out of its beak. and it sort of turns its head for a moment and then just lets out this call that's like, oh, lo, 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 lo. And for a moment, the four of you feel your sanity slipping away from you as it feels like the entire island is turning, maybe rotating to the right, melting like an ice cube into the water as your brains start to get fried by this crazy call from this ostrich.
I mean,
This is some Lovecraft
And we will
shit.
pick up from there next time.
wow, it does not get better than this.
Tekelili! Tekelili!
Like a freaky subterranean cassowary thing. Roots of Ruin is a Tabletop Gold production produced under the Paizo Incorporated fan content policy, using trademarks and copyrights owned by Paizo that are covered under that policy. The Roots of Ruin is not published, endorsed, or specifically approved by Paizo. For more information about Paizo Inc. and Paizo products, visit paizo.com. All original characters and content in The Roots of Ruin are the property of Tabletop Gold, and all rights are reserved. We at Tabletop Gold would love to hear from you. Visit our website, tabletopgold.com, to learn more about us and our shows, join the Golden Horde to get access to more shows, pick up great merch, and connect to the best online community in all of podcasting. Thanks for listening.